Welcome to day 16 of my 100-day Oracle DBA challenge. One of the first operational skills every Oracle DBA must master is understanding how an Oracle database starts up, moves through its internal stages, and shuts down safely. These processes may look simple from the outside, but internally Oracle performs several critical operations to ensure that the database starts correctly and shuts down without compromising data integrity. Understanding these stages is extremely important for DBAs because they are involved in troubleshooting, maintenance, patching, upgrades, and recovery procedures. When something goes wrong with a database, knowing what happens during startup and shutdown can help you quickly diagnose the issue. Let's begin with the Oracle database startup stages. When an Oracle database starts, it does not immediately become available to users. Instead, Oracle moves through three main startup stages, and each stage performs specific tasks that prepare the database for normal operation. These stages are NOMOUNT, MOUNT, and OPEN. Each stage gives the DBA a different level of access to the database system. The first stage is called the NOMOUNT stage. At this point, Oracle starts only the instance, not the database itself. Remember from previous lessons that the Oracle instance consists of memory structures and background processes, while the database refers to the physical files stored on disk. During the NOMOUNT stage, Oracle begins by reading the initialization parameter file, which can be either an SP file or a file. These parameter files contain configuration settings that control how the database instance operates. Next, Oracle allocates important memory structures such as the System Global Area, commonly known as the SGA, and prepares the environment for managing Program Global Area, or PGA, memory. After allocating memory, Oracle then starts the essential background processes required for database operations. At this point, the instance is running, but the database itself has not yet been accessed because the control files and data files have not been opened. DBAs typically use the NOMOUNT stage when performing administrative tasks such as creating a new database, recreating control files, or restoring control files using RMAN. The command used to start the database in this stage is Startup NOMOUNT. The next stage is the MOUNT stage. At this stage, Oracle opens the control file, but it still does not open the data files. The control file is one of the most critical files in the Oracle database because it contains metadata about the structure of the database. It tracks information about data files, redo log files, checkpoints, and other essential components. During the MOUNT stage, Oracle reads the control file and loads the database structure information into memory. It then identifies and locates the data files and redo log files, but these files remain closed. Since the database is not fully open at this stage, normal users cannot connect or run queries. However, DBAs can still perform important administrative operations. For example, the MOUNT stage is commonly used when enabling archive-log mode, which is required for advanced backup and recovery strategies. It is also used when renaming or relocating data files, performing media recovery using RMAN, and carrying out cloning operations or point-in-time recovery procedures. To start the database at this stage, the command used is Startup MOUNT. The final startup stage is the OPEN stage. This is the stage where the Oracle database becomes fully operational and accessible to users. During this stage, Oracle opens the data files and redo log files, verifies database consistency, and performs any required instance recovery if the previous shutdown was not clean. Once these checks are completed, the database becomes available for user connections, SQL queries, and application transactions. Oracle also allows the database to be opened in different modes depending on the operational requirement. The most common mode is read-write, which is the default mode that allows users to both read and modify data. Another option is read-only, where users can query data but cannot make any changes. There is also restricted session mode, which allows only privileged users, such as DBAs, to connect to the database. The command used to bring the database to this stage is Startup or Startup Open. Just as important as starting the database properly is shutting it down safely. Oracle provides several shutdown modes, and each one is designed for different operational situations. Let's look at the four main shutdown modes available in Oracle. The first shutdown option is Shutdown Normal. In this mode, Oracle stops accepting new user connections. However, Existing users are allowed to continue working until they disconnect from the database. Once all sessions have ended, the database shuts down cleanly. This is the most graceful shutdown method, but it is rarely used in production systems because users might stay connected for a long time, which could delay the shutdown process. The second option is Shutdown Transactional. In this mode, Oracle allows all active transactions to complete before shutting down. Once the transactions finish, user sessions are disconnected and the database closes cleanly. This mode is often useful in batch processing environments, where it is important that ongoing transactions finish without interruption. The most commonly used shutdown method is Shutdown Immediate. In this mode, Oracle immediately disconnects all users and rolls back any uncommitted transactions. After that, the database closes in a consistent and recoverable state. Because it is both safe and fast, Shutdown Immediate is the preferred method used by DBAs during maintenance operations, system upgrades, and patching activities. The final shutdown method is Shutdown Abort. This is the fastest shutdown option because the Oracle instance is terminated immediately. However, Oracle does not perform any cleanup operations or transaction rollbacks. Because of this, the database will require instance recovery during the next startup. DBAs typically use this option only in emergency situations, such as when the database becomes unresponsive or completely hung and other shutdown methods fail. Understanding how Oracle databases start and stop is a fundamental skill for every DBA. These operations are required during patching, system upgrades, database recovery, maintenance procedures, and troubleshooting tasks. A strong understanding of these stages also helps DBAs diagnose startup failures, configuration issues, and instance problems more effectively. Most importantly, using the correct shutdown procedures helps prevent data corruption and inconsistent database states. Once you understand these processes, you gain deeper insight into how Oracle databases operate internally. And mastering these concepts is one of the steps that moves you closer to thinking like a real Oracle DBA. That brings us to the end of day 16 of the 100-day Oracle DBA Challenge. I'll see you in day 17. Rock it!